And yet I have those up like a couple times a year. I'm very, very fortunate in the sense that I don't necessarily have a ton of acne, but when it comes, it is loud and it is proud. And this little sucker is making a grand appearance just in time for me to have to do a lot of filming today. Isn't that how it always works out? I don't know if you have acne issues or anything like that. As I said, I don't necessarily have it. It's generally hormonal. But when it does want to show its proud face, it's just kind of crazy. It's definitely crazy. So I have to do some filming today for my Wicked Roadie segment, some podcasting, and then tomorrow I have to do a huge corporate training for my makeup company. I'm doing it on like the main company page for all of the presenters, and I am so embarrassed because I'm like, of course I'm gonna have like a loud and proud pimple. Hi Janine, thanks so much for tuning in. How are you today, my friend? So here's hoping that everything will be okay, because generally one of the great things about working from home and working for myself is that I don't always have to show my face. Like, yeah, I like to put on makeup and I like to do this and that, but a lot of times, particularly when I have a breakout like I do right now, I will just say, all right, skin, you're telling me that you are crabby and you need a little time out. We're going to take some time away from this makeup. And I can and I do. But the universe just has a little bit of a different thing in plan this week where it's like, oh, you need to be on camera in front of a lot of people. Let's totally create chaos on your face. So let me know if that's ever happened to you. I just put a little bit of prime and set powder. We're going to be talking about getting a flawless face. This month in September, I've got a 30% off bundle of primer, concealer, foundation, and setting product of your choice. I do want to color match you, so if you do have any questions, please send me a message. Possibly the sooner the better, because as I said, it gets kind of bogged down a little bit as we get to the end of the month, where people are like, oh yeah, I want to grab that foundation deal, and I have to color match a lot of people at once. So even if you're like, I don't know if I really want to have the color match, let's color match you anyway, so that way you know what your foundation shade is, what your undertone shade is, all those kind of things that are just going to be making life really easy when you're looking at makeup and cosmetics, either now or in the future. So I did put on a prime and set powder. Primer fills in the pores, fills in the fine lines. It's going to help really make this be a nice blank canvas. It's also going to help keep your skincare from evaporating, really allow it to do its business. So you can either use a traditional kind of like creamy kind of feeling primer, or this is my new technology of prime and set powder. There's little water like beads covered in powder. So when it touches my face, I feel this kind of instant chilling, cooling effect, which is really, really cool. So you can either get this as your primer or your setting option. I'm using it right now. I think I might be using it as both. Hi, Bailey. How are you? Thanks for tuning in, my friend. So when you put on primer, you have to let it sit. So I would either brush your hair, brush your teeth, or do your eye makeup. That's what I like to do at this step. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Skin Perfecting Concealer. Fun fact, when you are covering pimples, age spots, scarring, things like that, you may want to choose a shade that is your traditional foundation color. If you are trying to brighten your eyes, brighten under your eyes, highlight on your face, you will want to choose a shade of concealer that is 1 to 2 shades lighter. And if you're trying to use concealer to contour, you're going to want to choose a shade that is 1 to 2 shades darker. Janine said, doing well, have a short week with Thursday and Friday off. Talking about makeup, I noticed that my skin gets stressed if I wear makeup too many days in a row. Oh, see, it's just not used to it too, Janine. You know what I mean? It's almost like, I think of makeup wearing as like wearing high heel shoes. If I do not wear high heel shoes for a very long time, the day that I do wear it, my feet are like, what is this torture? What are you doing? But then if I wear them frequently, they adjust. So that's how I kind of feel about makeup. And it's even like that with skincare. Your skin at first might kind of do like a little purging where it's like, what's going on? But yeah, it just takes a little while for your skin to adjust sometimes. But I traditionally wear makeup on my face, like full face makeup, maybe 3-4 days a week, and then I might just do something super, super light some other days, if anything. And as I said, normally when I have a big old breakout, I would just be going makeup free, but I've got things to do. Got things to do this week. All right, so I just put that concealer on my eyes. My concealer does have skincare. It's going to help with discoloration and fine lines and puffiness and all that stuff within the concealer itself. It doesn't mean you skip using eye cream. It just means it's an additional thing to help really create that goodness that's going to help you with the anti-aging, help you with those traditional issues that you have around the eyes. I then go in with a little bit of eyeshadow. What this concealer did for me is it neutralized the look of the veins and the freckles and all that kind of darkness. So I'm just going to go in with my handy dandy favorite. If you've been watching Minute with Mary, you've seen me apply this liquid eyeshadow. This is my go-to. So in addition to foundation, I do have a couple other specials I want to let you know about. First off, I am having a special on my joining kit. If you want to dip your toes into this business and kind of try things out for the holiday season, you can do it risk-free, no strings attached for a mere $35, and you're going to get $178 worth of product. I don't need your social security number. I don't need you to definitely do anything with it. If you wanted to dab your toes into selling, you can. If you just want to grab it so that way you can get a discount during the holidays, you can also do that. If you wanted to try some great makeup and skincare at a great deal, this is going to be your jam. So it's $35 for $178 worth of product. This is one of the products that you get in it. You also would get my two best-selling mascaras, my Twisted Mascara and my 4D Mascara. So it's basically like the cost of a mascara, but you get $178 worth of product. And then anything else that you get through the rest of 2021, you're going to get a 20% discount on. So it's pretty awesome. And for those of you who would like to possibly learn how to make a little extra money from home, whether it's for diapers or for getting your nails done or just, to help pay off debt, I would love to help you. So really it's a choose your own adventure. You can go as hardcore into it as you'd like, or you can just dabble and kind of be a wholesaler, but the world is your oyster. I know a few friends who are watching right now, they have joined on up and gotten that amazing kit and gotten these awesome products. So feel free to let everybody know what you think of it. This right here is the shade Overt. It is a matte kind of nutty brown. It's super yummy and pretty. Janine says, "Where are you filming today? Bailey and I are in the hunt for Rhode Island things to do and see." I know. How funny that you guys are both coming up. You're missing each other. You're going to be two ships passing in the night. So the things that I talk about in Wicked Roadie are usually events that are happening that particular weekend. So I am going to be filming about a couple of harvest festivals that are going on, and we've got a beer garden festival that happens at one of our local shopping plazas, and they have live music and everything, and it's a different local brewery that sponsors it each weekend. So lots of cool things are definitely happening in our state, and I really appreciate that there's loads of outdoor options. So here's a fun little tip. The liquid eyeshadows you can use by themselves. You can mix them together. You can also use them with your more traditional pressed eyeshadows just to create all sorts of different looks. Really easy. When you're taking a darker shade, you can just kind of make a little V or 7 and take a fluffy blending brush and just do little circular motions right there. And that's going to blend the color out so there's no harsh lines, but it's also going to keep it pretty saturated. And then I bring it a little bit into that crease, or for me, because I have a bit of a hooded eye, I go a bit above my crease, so that way actually people can see the eyeshadow that I'm putting on my eyelid. Yay, I'm so excited. So excited that you guys are both coming to Rhode Island and I get to see you. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Thank you so much for saying hello, lovely. If any of you are tuning in, feel free to put that hashtag hello, lovely. It's your little way to wave to me. I can see who's watching because Facebook's crazy sometimes and I don't know who watches. It's crazy. All right. So we just did super duper easy liquid eyeshadow. I am going to go in, hopefully, do I have it? Yes, I do. Awesome. I'm going to go in now with a dip and draw eyeliner, and then I am going to be applying my false eyelashes because I am going to be recording today. I don't always do false eyelashes, but when I do, I'm like that guy. I don't always do this, but when I do, it's my new magnetic Minute with Mary eyelashes. So here we go. We've got just this awesome handy dandy dip and draw. Now, when I do my liquid eyeliner, I either have it in black or brown, depending upon what I'm working with. So I'm just choosing some brown today, but I am going to go over it with my black magnetic liner. But I did want to share with you this, because I think a lot of people think when they do eyeliner, it has to be black. That is not true. The purpose originally behind eyeliner is to make the base of your lashes look fuller. And you are going to get an eyeliner inside that beginner's kit that I was talking about. $35, gets you $178 worth of product. And you can either join and I can help you learn how to make a little extra money from your phone, a lot of extra money from your phone. The world is honestly your oyster, and this is the best time of year. If you're someone who stresses out about how am I gonna pay for holiday gifts, like that used to always stress me out, always. Like I just didn't factor it into my budget for so long. Now it is part of my budget. Now, I don't have to worry about it. But when I first joined, it was just like I want a little extra money to help pay off some debts. I wanted to help, pay for then my kids the will, so that way my kids were covered. Then I was able to pay for Christmas, and I'm now at a point in my business where my makeup business pays for my mortgage. My makeup business pays for my car repairs. Like it is so good. But it's because that's the journey that I took with it. When I first started, it was more about, can I go get my nails done? Like I hadn't gotten my nails done for years. Could I get my makeup for free? Yes. Like just it became such a great thing. So I really encourage you. There's no strings attached. So even if you just wanted to try it out, and then you say, nope, this isn't for me, I'm not going to hound you. I'm not going to make you don't have to get any stock. You don't have to keep any, buy anything extra. You literally just pay that $35 and play with all the free makeup that you got, which is pretty awesome. Send me the clip if you can, since I'll be around for this weekend. Sorry I keep distracting you from makeup. It looks great. Oh, thank you, Janine. No worries whatsoever. It'll be up on probably the Miriam Blake Instagram page when it airs, but it does air tomorrow. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Okay. Oh, I didn't hear you. You might be like, Mary, what is this? So this is my magnetic eyeliner. I wanted to show you the difference my Dip and Draw liquid in brown makes. So it still makes the base of my lashes look thick, but it's not like this stark black line. So just to show you that eyeliner doesn't have to be Amy Winehouse or thick or black or anything like that. When you want to use the magnetic lashes, you do need to use my magnetic liner. Now this will last you a super duper long time. It is a bit thicker of a formula though. So I like to kind of have some guidelines of either a pencil or a liquid eyeliner already on, and then I just kind of do a little bit of dots so that the magnets on the lashes can easily grasp it. If you're super duper good with eyeliner, you can just do this one and you'll be set to go. But I'm blind as a bat, so I like to have kind of like a base to work off of, and then I just do little dashes. Make sure you do it in the beginning, kind of like above the colored part of your eye, the iris area, and then the end of your eye, just so, as I said, those little itty bitty magnets have something to cling to. Hi Pernell, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. So excited to see you here. So you can see the difference of a black versus a brown, and as I said, I'm doing this right now for my magnetic lashes while the primer has set on my face, and then I'm going to go in and do my foundation makeup. So it's going to be a really fun week. This is a great time to visit the Ocean State, so I'm thrilled that I've got 2 friends coming in from out of town this month and next. Because Bailey, you're coming in October. But fall is an awesome time. It's not super duper filled with tourists. So the beaches aren't crazy crowded. It's not stifling hot, because even though we're New England, Rhode Island still gets really hot. This is my lash applicator tool, so I can grab the lashes with it, but it also has this little comb. So sometimes I kind of go in, or you could even take, like a lash brow comb like this, just in case you got any of that liner inside your lashes. If you're blind as a bat like me and you're like, did I? You can double check. Now you need to let that liner dry. Gotta let it dry. All right, let's go with the foundation. So this is my brand new Liquid Touch Plus Serum Foundation. It has, once again, skincare built inside. Can we get a hallelujah? So there's this stuff inside of it called sodium hyaluronic. And it's like hyaluronic acid, which I did not understand what that was. But basically, when you're young and you've got all the plumpness and the beautiful stuff going on in your skin, it's because your skin's making hyaluronic acid. And sodium hyaluronic is a smaller molecule, so it actually gets into your skin quicker to help with making your skin look younger, have that plumpness, add that skin, skincare in for the fine lines, for the pores. So do yourself a favor. If you're just buying cheapy foundation and you don't like how it looks, you don't love how it looks, get yourself some good foundation that also has skincare inside of it. As I said, on my site this month, it's all 30% off. You get your primer, your concealer, your foundation, your setting product. So you can apply this with a blending bud or with a kabuki brush. So I'm actually going to do it today with a blending bud. Janine says, I've packed and repacked. I've had lots of fall clothes in there, but then realized it was still going to be hot this week in Rhode Island. Let me see. Is it? Dun, 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 dun. Come on, Apple Watch. Tell me what's going on. Yeah, so this weekend, I mean, it's going to be like high 70s, 80s. So to me, it's perfect fall weather because then it's going to be down in the 60s. But it's all about the layers. All about the layers. All right, so when you're using this Liquid Touch foundation, what's super cool about it is the packaging. So you can see the top, this black piece is down. As you twist it, it pops up and there's actually a syringe inside. And that's when the syringe picks up the amount of product. Because there's skincare built inside, you want to shake this puppy up nice and good. The product may look like there's like a little bit of difference inside of it. Like when you look at it, it's not all uniform, but once it's on your face, it is. It's just because it's those ingredients of the skincare and the foundation. So you do want to mix it up, and then you're going to see, pop, the little syringe pops up. Where are you? Boop. And that dispenses the perfect amount. You can either apply it directly on your kabuki brush. You can apply it on the back of your palm and dip your kabuki brush or blending bud onto it and then apply to your skin. Some people apply straight to their skin. Some people apply it with their fingers. I mean, the world is your oyster, honestly, but you do want to apply in the center of your face. Kind of think of this like diamond shape and then blend out. All right, if you do have areas of concern, hello nurse, like I'm talking about that pimple right there, you will want to also apply it on that area first, or like if you have age spots, okay? Wherever you apply your makeup first will be the most saturated. So since I'm doing the blending bud, you can apply either directly to it, or I like to apply it to the back of my hand and then dip. Dip, dip, dip. So see, I just go like that. I act like it's a little painting palette. So as I said, you kind of want to apply in the center of your face and then blend out. And if you have specific areas of concern, so I've got my age spots and my pimple that's loud and proud, you cover that. What I recommend you do is this way and then blend out and then add a little more where you need it. I've seen way too many people go absolutely bananas with the amount of makeup that they put on their face and they don't need it. Now, it's one thing if you've got massive discoloration, if you've got, a lot of redness to your skin, a lot of scarring, and you just want that blank canvas, but honestly, your skin looks great when as much of the natural skin can shine through. So not having to put like a heavy, heavy, heavy layer on your skin is going to do you and your skin justice. So I love that this kind of tones down some of that discoloration that I have. Just my good old Celtic skin. We'll talk about the texture of that physical bump, that physical pimple. And remember, where I applied first is going to have the fullest coverage. So I can go in and I can do another, drop of this product. And I'm going to kind of like blend a little bit more. But always start in the center of your face and blend out. That's going to give you that non-makeup mask kind of look too. Hi Denise, how are you? Blend a little bit down your neck. Now you will notice my chest, my décolletage, has a lot more pink in it than my face. I like to match my face to my neck, okay? Because I don't want to have that like makeup mask look. So when I'm color matching you, I am going to have you face a window without makeup on, and I'm going to want you to show me this much of your skin. A lot of people like send it so it's just this. We need to see this part because frequently your neck is a bit lighter skinned, a bit lighter toned than the rest of your face just because it gets more shade. Your face gets so much of that light from the sun. All right, so you can see I didn't apply that much makeup. I'm just using the blending bud a lot to blend, and it has created this amazing, amazing look. So if you do have areas where you need a bit more coverage, like this area I kind of ignored. So I need to add a little bit of a drop right there, and then I think I'll be pretty good to go. It's a pretty good coverage. So what I do when I do more medium to fuller coverage makeup is I create a nice blank canvas with the foundation, and then I add some color back with bronzer or blush. So you see this pink here? I'm going to make sure that I still have some nice blush in my face. So just know that when you're doing foundations, particularly this time of year where you still might have some of your summertime tan, or you might be outside a bit, doing some apple picking, you most likely are still going to get some sun there. It's a great area that you do need to remember to put. What am I doing? I'm putting it on the wrong side. I do need to remember to put sunscreen there more often. That is a no-no on my part. I did a boo-boo. So as I said, I like to use either a damp blending bud, which you see right here. You can get these at Target or Amazon or anything like that. They're super easy and cheap. They are sponges, so you don't want to keep them too long, which is why I appreciate that they aren't that expensive. There are some expensive blenders, but you can't use them that often. They're a bit trickier to clean and stuff. Or you can get the great kabuki brush, and this is great for medium to fuller coverage foundations, and you just buff it, like you normally would. Please make sure, though, that you are washing your brushes once a week, particularly if you wear makeup every day. As the old makeup gets in here, you get some old skin cells. It's nasty. So do yourself a favor and make sure that you wash your brushes. All right. Now, I didn't put too much makeup underneath my eyes, but you can see it does add some nice coverage right there. I am going to brighten things up. I talked earlier about concealer. If you're trying to conceal things on your face, age spots, scarring, acne, you want the same color as your foundation. If you're trying to brighten, you want to have a shade or two lighter. So this is what I'm going to do right here. I'm doing it with the color Marquisette. This is my lightest color of concealer. And I'm just going to take my little finger and brighten right in this inner corner. I actually had too much, so I'm going to take whatever is extra and bring it down the center of my nose for a nice little highlight. What kind of foundation do you wear? Do you wear a more light coverage or a fuller coverage? I often do light coverage in the summer, and then I go a bit more fuller coverage in the fall and winter because I do start to lose some of that coloring, and then my face just looks really splotchy a lot of the time. And I like to add color back in. I like to do a lot of fun things with different kinds of shades of blushes and eyeshadows and everything. And sometimes if you're doing more of like, I don't know, a glam look, it needs a more blank canvas. So you can see I just blended that out simply with my finger. It's that skincare infused concealer. You can take a little bit of it and go down the center of your face. Doot, 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 doot. Take that little blending bud that I used earlier and press it out. And this is just going to bring that center of my face forward a little bit. And once again, I'm doing this because I am going to be recording stuff, so I wanted to have a bit more makeup on. You're going to see a lot of people do lots and lots and lots of concealer. That's great for them. It's not great for me anymore. This works for me. Doing a little bit of coverage and then really brightening in there. Sometimes I might even add a little bit of a brightening here to add a little lift, just to show you. Right around here, kind of that higher point of that cheekbone. You can also put a little bit of that concealer right there underneath your brow, and that way it gives a nice lift to your face. Janine says, I mostly use eye concealer, but if I want a fuller look, I use the color BB cream as foundation. Yes. What's cool with the BB cream, Janine, is that if you use your fingers, you're going to get a nice light coverage, but if you use a tool like a kabuki brush with the BB cream, it really creates more of a medium coverage, which is pretty neat. So my pimple really got covered by that foundation. Can you guys see that? Like the color of it got covered. The texture of it is still showing. The texture, whether it's pores or acne, anything like that, you're going to want to put a setting powder to mattify it to really help cover that sucker up. So I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer. I got to get moving quickly so I can do my filming. You can use a dark foundation to do contouring. Let's just go to town and do this, shall we? Boop, 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 boop. So as I said, to highlight, you want 1 to 2 shades lighter. To contour, you want a couple shades darker. Probably should do this with a mirror because sometimes I make my nose look crazy. Under your lip will add a shadow. Under your cheekbones and chin will help add dimension right there, which I appreciate. All right, and then we're gonna kind of blend this sucker out. So contouring adds depth, dimension, and also slims your face down. You can actually choose shades that are multiple shades darker if you know what you're doing and if you're blending well. If you're someone who's more of a newbie, I'd say just do a couple shades lighter. And now I am going to blend that with my blending bud or my kabuki brush, but this is just kind of laying the product down. So if you have a larger forehead like me, you go around your hairline. If you have a smaller forehead, you don't need to worry about that aspect. You can go underneath your cheekbones and pull it up a wee bit, down along that hairline. And I go underneath my chin. Do not put it on the cheek of your face, as that's just going to make you look like a beard. Nobody wants that. Then you pull it back and down. And this, as I said, it kind of helps create that shadowing. So if you do want to make it look like your chin stands out a little bit more, that will create that shadow look. And then you can go in either with your blending bud or a kabuki brush, whatever you choose, and kind of blend where those two lines meet. That just kind of softens it up, but adds that warmth and adds that dimension. So when you're doing this fuller coverage look, you lose some of those angles to your face, and you need to add it back, or else you're just going to look like very, very flat. Very, very flat. Let's kind of blend that nose. This also is a great tip right here to help you kind of slim your nose down if you find that your nose might be a little wider than you'd like. And as I said, I go under here to create a faux shadow to make my lip look a little fuller. But already it added some color back. You can do that just with bronzer. You can do it with some contouring shade. I'll go in with a little bronzer now, right on top of it. So when you do fuller coverage, just know you got to add more color back, okay? When you do fuller coverage, you're making a bit more of a time commitment, but you're creating a nice blank canvas for yourself. So even if full coverage isn't your jam every single day, know that for special events, you may want to know how to do it. And you can take these same products and use them differently for your lighter coverage days. You can use bronzer, when you're wearing almost no makeup at all, or even no makeup at all. You can also use bronzer for eyeshadow. There's a whole bunch of great uses for these products. I'm a frugal lady, so I'm like, I need everything to be essentially multi-purpose. So let's go in with a little bit of blush. I have Shakira, oh baby when you talk like that, stuck in my head. It's terrible. I'm going to go in with Surreal. This is one of my favorite autumnal blush shades. It's a beautiful shimmery plum. You make a woman go mad. There we go, right on top. So we've got that bronzer shade, and then the higher point of my cheekbone, I'm going in, and you're bringing it kind of like diagonally up. It's going to add that beautiful lift to your face, really help slim your face down, add that youth back. And I go a little heavy with blush, but that's just me. You can do a little bit, you can do a lot. One of my signature makeup things is that I love blush. My face needs it because I do have a lot of natural flush, as I said. So when I add more fuller coverage and I get rid of all the pink that is going around all over my face, I want to add it back, but just where I want it. And that's one of the fun things when you do fuller coverage foundation. Yes, you need to go in and add more product back, but it gets to go back where you want it. You really get to kind of be in control of it. So I do kind of this lift, and I actually do a little bit on this area of my brow bone. And then I'm going to set this sucker. Sometimes do a little bit on my nose, like if the sun were to hit, because I'm trying to bring in some of that pinkness from my chest just to help balance it out. And see, now I don't look like I'm completely out of control. Yes, my neck is still pale, but I kind of created this look that really blends into it. So if you're someone who has a pale neck, but still a lot of summer color on your chest, this is the way to do it. You match your neck, add color in different areas to your face so that it can still complement it. And it makes it look like you're the same person. You don't want to have the floating head syndrome, right? Where you look like you're wearing a mask of makeup. All right, I am going to finish things off with that same Prime and Set powder. So the special this month, if you go to minutewithmary.com, you get your priming product, which can either be your traditional type of cream, or it can be this newfangled technology of the Prime and Set powder. You can choose either a hydrating or a mattifying primer based upon your skin type needs. So my dry friends, you will want the hydrating primer. My super oily friends, you're either going to want the mattifying primer or this prime and set powder. And then for the setting products, you get to choose either the setting spray, which is what I recommend for my friends who want to have a dewy finish, and or a setting powder, or this prime and set powder. Janine said, I add a little blush to my forehead underneath the contour line to blend the colors. Exactly, Janine, exactly. What I like about doing a setting powder for my final step is it kind of helps blend things, excuse me, a little together as well right there. So what you're going to see is setting powder will help bring down the texture of your large pores, of your acne, but it's still going to be there. Your face still will have texture. You know, if you look at somebody, they don't have texture to their skin, they probably have photoshopped it, or it's really good lighting. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now, when I added this powder, it took down a little bit of the look of my blush. So I personally go a little on top when I know that I'm going to be on camera, because I know that I need a little extra color. In real life, I wouldn't need it. In real life, I would not need this extra little bit. But as I said, it's just because I'm going to be going on camera with my little friend. Oh, you little rascal. But it's real life, you know, everybody's got skin, and skin gives people problems sometimes. So let's finish up the top of my eyes, shall we? I'm going to curl my eyelashes. You do not need to. The advantage to this, because I am wearing false eyelashes, is that my lashes will blend nicely with them. So I do that. I'm going to comb through my eyebrows. If I wanted to add eyebrow product, pomade or powder or something like that, I would do that now as well, but I don't always do it. I am going to put a wee bit of mascara on my lashes, just because with all this makeup, they've kind of picked up a little bit of it, so I don't want them to look too light. So I'm just putting a little bit of that there. Now I'm going to put a little bit on these lower lashes. Move out of my way here. Does anyone else's hair do that, where it's like, tries to get mascara on it? It's like, no, this is made for eyelashes, not for regular hair. All right, so we get a little mascara, and that's what that would look like if I just wanted a little coat of mascara by itself. I already told you, though, I'm going in with some lashes today. So fun fact, I did not wash these lashes before I used them last. So you're going to see how I do it. It's a little bottle full of rubbing alcohol, and I carry that little spoolie that I use to kind of clean out my brows. So what you do when you're done with your lashes, either right when you're done, or if you're like me and you forgot to clean them last time and you're taking care of them the next time, you take your little lashes. Come on, little guy. Just make sure I don't have any. There we go. I had a couple anchors on them. And then you put it on your finger like this. Take your little spray of alcohol, and then take your spoolie. So a clean mascara wand, a little spoolie, something like that, and you can just use a little bit of alcohol. I wouldn't like soak it or anything like that, but a little bit of alcohol will help clean off the magnets, and it will help clean them from any makeup that is inside of them. If your magnets are not clean, they will not magnetize. They just won't, you know what I mean? So if there's like eyeliner or just whatever on them, they will not work. So do yourself a favor. I had put mascara on these suckers, I think, last time, because they got a little stuff on them. So generally when I'm taking off my lashes, I'm doing this in the bathroom. And I, take my lashes off, and I just sit there and I kind of clean them a little bit. Then I brush them down. And then what you would do is you would apply it back into its case so it can hold its shape. So it will magnetize right on its case. I'm getting a phone call. Dun, dun, dun. Put those little anchors down. So same thing, I'm just going to take my other lash as I drop my spoolie. No, spoolie, I need you. And I just go back and forth gently. You don't want to be aggressive. You don't want to pull up these little lashes. They're precious. They're darling. But just almost like a back and forth, like you're brushing your teeth. And I hold down the lashes with my thumb. So I really just only am working on the magnets at this point. Just a nice, gentle back and forth motion. And when you take care of your lashes, these magnetic lashes, you'll get up to 60 uses of them. So that means you can wear them like every day for 2 months straight. Or if you're like me and you wear them occasionally, you can wear them when you need to. All right, so that's as easy as it is. Obviously, rubbing alcohol dries really quickly, which I appreciate since I did not get that aspect ready soon. I'm going to grab my tools. Boop, boop. Now, these are the Shape Inspiring, so it does have more of a cat eye look to it, which is going to make it a bit more natural in the front part of my eye and a bit more dramatic at the end. You do want to trim your lashes so that they fit your eyeball well. You make it so that when you line it up, you apply your lashes above your iris, so above the colorful part of your eye. So I have already trimmed these. Once you've trimmed them, they should be good to go. So you get as close as you can to that lash line, and you just stick these suckers right on that magnetic eyeliner. Now remember, the magnetic eyeliner you should be applying before you do your face makeup. Do your eyes before your face. Eyes before face for a couple of reasons. First off, if your eyeshadow falls down and makes a mess of your makeup, you'll be really sad. You gotta do your foundation and concealer and all of that again. If you do your eye makeup first, it allows your face primer to sit and settle. And if you make any mess ups with your eyes, you haven't ruined your whole face. And if you're doing magnetic eyeliner, it needs time to dry. Okay, it's got a little bit more to it. It's a little thicker than traditional eyeliners because there's some magnets in it. You don't feel it. It's not heavy, but it's a little different. So let me do it on this eye as well. So I just kind of grab it. You can also use your fingers for this aspect, but I'm blind as a bat. So I get my mirror really up nice and close, and I apply it right where my iris starts. I hope you can see. Know that I'm like blind, so I'm like holding my mirror in front of you. So I apologize, but that is life. And then I make sure that it's right against that lash line. You can use, as I said, you can use your fingers to like pinch it so that it's right along that lash line right there. And it's good to go. Now, if you're someone who's new to this and some of the lashes are kind of like flying off the ends, it may mean that you need to trim it. It may mean they're too long, or it may mean that you need a little bit more magnetic liner on your eyes. Some of the things you can do for troubleshooting is you can use the little anchors that come in it. So there's little extra little bits. Let's see if you can see it. See that little guy? And what you do is you just hold your mirror, and when your eyelash is where you want it to be, because it's magnetic, you can kind of take it off and reapply, which I really like. When it's where you want it to be, you can take that little anchor with either tweezers or your tool, and you go underneath, and it sandwiches between your lashes. So it adds kind of this extra layer of protection, which I appreciate. So I'll get this little one just for my inner corners. I'm going to get right underneath, blind as a bat Mary, and boom. And you feel them. They just kind of attach. Now, if your magnetic lashes feel heavy, if you can feel them throughout the day, when you first put them on, you're like, oh, yep, they're there, because it's just, you can almost see them. But if throughout the day they feel heavy, it means you most likely need to trim them. Okay, they should not feel heavy. They should feel nice and light, and you just get used to them and used to seeing them. Because if you're not used to having long lashes, when you see them, you're like, oh, look at me, I'm fancy. But this is the Style Inspiring, so you can see it's a bit more natural, and it just it has this kind of gradient lengthening, which I find to be super feminine. I find these to be my more natural kind. I really like them on my eye shape. My eye shape is almond. So if you have more of a downturned eye or a severely hooded eye, I would actually choose the other shape, which is called Encouraging, which really is nice and long the entire way of the eye. It really helps open the eye up a little bit. All right, my friends, thank you so much for keeping me company. I'm going to go head out and do my filming. I do need something on my lips, don't I? Goodness me, goodness me. We're going to go for pink. Ready? So I did a very neutral eye, so I can do a bold lip. I love this shade for the fall. It's called Flaunty. It is my matte opulence lipstick. You're going to see me rocking some fun shades this fall. As I lose the remnants of my summer tan, I add color back with my lipstick. This is super nourishing, so if you're someone like me, who is already on allergy medicine. Are you someone who has allergies? I love this because it really helps keep my lips still nourished. Shakira's still stuck in my head. You make a woman go mad. And then this side of my lip is a little less full. It's just the way I was made. So I fudge it and I kind of draw a little over. Our bodies are generally not symmetrical. Okay, I'm just letting you know. So if you put things on, even my eyes aren't. So sometimes, like with the lashes, like I need to know that like one might be a little longer than the other. Our bodies just aren't symmetrical, and that's okay. No one's gonna get this close to you and be like, Mary, that side of your lip, it's a little thinner than the other side. We self-criticize ourselves. Please don't. Be a little kind to yourself. But if you need to fudge something, makeup can do that for you. Janine says, bold lipsticks always show me that my lips are lopsided. Yes. But this is, as I said, Janine, you can kind of just fudge it a little bit and overline the side that is a little smaller. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me company. Thanks for talking about fun autumnal things going on in September. As I said, minutewithmary.com. I've got a couple of specials this month. I've got the Flawless 4 foundation, which you do not want to miss out on. If you are a user of my foundation, you want to grab your backups on sale right now. This is like the biggest sale when it comes to foundation. So it's your primer, concealer, foundation, and setting product. If you've never bought foundations from me before and you need a color match, message me. No joke. You might be like, I don't know. I don't want to bother her. You're not bothering me. I promise. This is what I do. This is how I help, pay for things for my family. So I appreciate any and all of your patronage. And I just appreciate you being here and hanging on out. If you haven't put hashtag hello lovely in those comments below, now is your time to do that. It just is a little wave to me over the interwebs. I hope that you have a most amazing day, and I will be talking with you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.